see.
I'm sorry, I did not mean that. I am just upset.
The TV series Bates Motel is based off of the 1960 psychological horror film Psycho, making $50 million at the box office, and they later made sequels for it, and also a remake, which was ill-advised and not good at all. But so that's why I had my doubts on the TV show. Even though I love, before Bates Motel, I loved Vera Farmiga, I loved Freddie Highmore. I just wasn't sure about the idea of them remaking the story, basically, or retelling it, because it was done so well in 1960 that it really didn't need to be, or so I thought. Norma Bates and Norman Bates picking up their lives and making a better future for themselves by moving and purchasing a motel that later becomes known as the infamous Bates Motel. But like I said, it's its own take. It's not set in the 1960s. It has cell phones, references to the certain decade of like today, and but yet it also has a nice balance between the two. Like it will like Norma, or one of the characters, will be dressed up in like a 1960s clothing, and so sometimes you can often forget like it's not the 1960s because there'd be a certain car model. I wasn't as invested in it as I was with the rest of the seasons. Later on, like the first season, it focuses more on the townspeople and their characteristics and how they're killers, and it doesn't have as much to do with the Bates family and the dynamic between Norman and his mother. So for that reason, like, honestly, the first season is actually like my least favorite. But I guess that's because it's still setting up the events and all, but and trying to do it gradually and not, right as soon as it comes on, you see, Norman Bates has a split personality, and his alter ego is his mother. So I admire them taking their time with it. He deals with associative identity disorder, not only with Vera Farmiga and Freddie Highmore leading the cast and the show. It's also has a very good cast throughout the whole show. Like it has Max Deroy, I think it is, and which he's a really good character as the Norman's brother. Then Norman's best friend, Emma. She's a really great character, and I really felt for her with her oxygen disability or whatever. But I really did feel the love connection between the two with Dylan and Emma. It was really good and really thought out. The acting carries it throughout. With the character of Norman Bates revealing himself, or revealing his mother, the cop Alex, our detective, he actually is like set on finding who the killer is, with Bates family dynamics and drama throughout, with not only the return of Norman's brother, but also Norman Bates, his alter ego, coming to full light, and then the cop, or Detective Alex, he's basically constantly like on their trail, like trying to find who's killing these people, and he always suspects it's Norman. But then he has he falls for Norma, which is makes it difficult for both of the characters, because the Norma doesn't want Norman to go to jail for for murder, but yet Alex does, but he loves Norma and he didn't want to hurt her. And there's just so many suspenseful and like thought-provoking situations. That there's only 5 seasons, as you know, but which I'm thankful for. As much as I wanted this series to go on because I loved it so much, I'm glad they ended it on a really good note. Which the 5th season is arguably one of the least best, but it's still a good season. And I actually still prefer it over season 1, honestly. But I really admire they left it on a high note because many shows that hit it off really well, they'll milk the cow to death or beat the dead horse to where it's like not interesting anymore. Same with movies or whatever. But if you're a hardcore Psycho fan and you really love the original source material, this show follows it enough and adds enough new stuff to it to where it doesn't feel like something you've already seen before several times. And again, like, it's its own thing, but it does it very well. Everyone does their part in here, including the cast. The shots are really good, the cinematography and everything. The atmosphere. So if you have seen Bates Motel, go see it again. Or it's not, I think it's still on Netflix. It should be. Or if you love it so much, just simply buy the whole season.